So it means that most people who actually want to do that skill earlier on are getting it from other places. I mean, I guess that comes into the next part of the discussion, would be actual education. Instead of preparing you for a job, actual learning. Like, how is that going to change with the advent of, well, I guess, the Singularity and the change online? It kind of already has.
There's no formal...
Well, there can't be, though, because it's about an individual learning whatever they want.
But then how do you test that?
Well, let's say you can't. Like, let's remove all testing, let's remove all of that. Actual education. And I mean, I know myself, at least, have been raised a lot on forums and along the web. Like, I grew up with the web.
Yeah, we've said before, we've probably learnt more sort of knowledge from the web than we have from actual
standardized education. Yeah. And well, it's just going to get further and further with that. Then I mean, imagine now that like when I was growing up and I was very interested, like getting back into maths and all that other stuff, that there were full Yale courses on there, like into everything. Like this is just the beginning about how much universities have online and learning that way. And that's even not an effective way. Like Khan Academy, I think, is far much more effective. But even that's just a beginning. And Khan Academy, I mean, fantastic. But even still, that I mean, it's still not the best.
Well, they need to be like, someone needs to be innovating this space. Like entrepreneurs need to come up with platforms and ways to learn really effectively.
I haven't had many ideas with that. Have you had many ideas with that? What could be an innovative idea in actual getting people to learn, not for an objective, just for themselves?
For fun, no.
Yeah.
Well, that's the beauty of the internet. Like, you have the ability to learn whatever you're interested in. Obviously, our entire economy, the way it's structured is there is a certain set of jobs, and you have to, pick one, essentially. That's how the system works. You have to pick a job, and then you have to pick a degree to fit that job. Which, I mean, the majority of it you don't like. Like, I remember being forced to do accounting. Like, Jesus, manual accounting at our university.
Utterly useless. Utterly useless.
I'm never going to use it. If I need an accountant, I'll hire a fucking accountant.
Or I'd just actually open up a computer program and say, these are my expenditures, these are it.
Not manual, like manual, like left and right.
Yeah, very
debits,
odd.
credits.
But it's an old thing, because I mean, like universities, especially education, are relentlessly slow, like notoriously slow in actually changing. That, I mean, what we are starting to see, and I think that the change will happen, is where the web is just so much better at it. And what I've been hearing a lot about, just in the buzz around and just off, just in forums, just around, just from news articles and stuff, that apparently the next big bubble is going to be the education bubble. That's going to happen in the States. Like, we don't have that, luckily. Without government supplied.
Because the inflated loans and...
Yeah, that in the States and all that, you're paying, like, say, I don't know, like $30,000 or something for a degree.
Yeah.
Whereas or maybe more than that, I think, I'm not sure, with inflation and all of the increased stuff, but you're not getting the return on investment.
Yeah.
And especially because you need to add in that you're giving up 4 years of your life. Because they're 4 years over in the States, not here.
Yeah.
And so, when the return on investment goes higher, it goes lower than what you're actually paying, there's a bubble. And they're saying right now that there already is a bubble.
Yeah, because they treat it like a financial instrument over there.
Oh, very much so.
Like an actual, you're investing in this student's future.
Yeah, and what you invest in yourself, you take out a massive loan to actually get through those 4 years. When you get out, I was speaking to someone from America today, and he was saying that, within 6 months, you've got to start paying it back.
Fuck that.
I mean, that's like just straight away job and straight away indentured slavery, essentially.
Whereas here, what's our loans, like 20,000?
It's roughly similar, I think, but we don't have to pay it back until...
Yeah, the government covers it, there's no interest, it just goes up with inflation.
Yeah, we don't have to pay it back until we earn a certain amount. So which is not bad. Like, I mean, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing right now if we were probably in the States, unfortunately.
So... Where do we think it's... Like, I think there's probably a good potential that all universities around the world will probably just become very obsolete in the next decade.
I don't know, I disagree with that. I don't think they'll become obsolete. I think they'll still become meeting points for people, but I think the classes and stuff are going to be a lot more social and collaborative. That I think that the big app is going to be the thing that unites the class together with other classes studying the same thing. So what you do is, you say in your tutorial or something, you have 30 people... Or a tutorial is just, class outside of a lecture. You have 30 people all there discussing and all of your ideas, but you do it online with, say, everyone else who's doing a similar course around. So you have like maybe 500 people around the world all learning the same thing as you at the same time.
So I thought user-generated subjects.
Yeah. But could you have well, see, where do lecturers come in with that, though? or like the expert, because we can't discount wisdom in this, or people who
you
have done
outsource
it.
them. Maybe you could do like you know how the group buying thing's so big at the moment?
Yeah.
Maybe you have a whole group of people who are like, hey, here's a particular demand in the market, let's say
that's brilliant.
Let's say social media at the moment, because again,
a nice easy one.
It's kind of it's new, and a lot of universities aren't doing it. But yeah, you have a demand for it. A group gets together and says, "Hey, we want to learn this. We're gonna say they pay money, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's put some money
You
in.
could make it into your course.
Group money, yeah, and then all those users say what they want to learn, and then they go outsource and find the experts to teach them that.
Or you do it with even like, imagine that makes the actual professors entrepreneurs as well, because they think that, say like someone who's an expert in nanotechnology, like, you know, like cutting edge right now, they've discovered this new thing, and then a lot of students get together, say like, you know, the Groupon system, you get 30 students all together saying, we'd love for you to teach us as a course, and we just want a rough idea, because the actual degree, not as important, I don't think, as the classes are going to be, maybe.
Yeah. Well, actually, the Genesis project, that guy, one of his ideas he had was you could essentially set up a pyramid system with teaching, but it doesn't fail because, unlike money where you run out, knowledge and innovation is
perpetual.
So what he was saying is what you do is, as a teacher, what teachers could do is forego any payment in return for equity in their students' future. You know what I mean?
That's kind of cool.
So they teach their students a particular skill or whatever, like particular knowledge, and have an equity stake in some kind of...
I love that idea.
I have no idea how you work it out.
I mean, the gaming would be ridiculous. You'd have to work that out somehow. But if that could be worked out, that'd be fantastic.
Because that could spread to everyone. I mean, everyone teaches everyone.
And how great would that be that, like, you just say that you have, like, a group of students, you want to just impact as much as possible, because if they start making money really well off some of your ideas, it comes back. Yeah. So you get rewarded for positive teaching.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I never considered that. I
That's
mean, the gaming is going to be ridiculous. I mean, it is a pyramid scheme, but the gaming could be beaten, I think.
But his justification was innovation has no...
Yeah, there's no...
Unlike with money at the bottom where figures out and everyone fails at the bottom, you know...
This is okay because it's
grows.
perpetually. Like, even if you get to the bottom, it's still fine because there'll be new people coming along. You still want to... And by that point, I mean, the knowledge is probably going to be obsolete anyway.
Yeah. You just restart it.
Yeah, you do a new idea.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So, what do we... So, we think that it's eventually going to be people will learn essentially what they want to learn, what they love to do, what they're interested in.
I think that's already happening now, I think. I think that's a big part.
People should have been doing in the first place.
Well, I think they were, but I mean, it was just very much like how you said before, to get a job, you picked what job you would like to do, and then you follow the degree path. And I guess after the Singularity and all of that, it's going to be very much...
after that won't matter.
No, I disagree. I still think that probably after the Singularity, you'll just be presented with things that you'd like to learn, and then based on what you've learned, it provides jobs to you, provides all of that.
Post-Singularity, there's no jobs, there's no need for it.
Oh, of course there is. Of course there is. There's still ways that you actually work, and there's things you do, because I mean, you don't get happiness by doing nothing.
We have a different idea of post-Singularity.
You don't think you'll be learning new things after Singularity? You think you're just going to die?
No, I will, but I would just be part of the rest of the Hive, and knowledge will be transferred instantly.
Yeah, I will say you could say brain back and forth, but there'd still be a way to actually, you'd be learning new things, I think, at some point.
I mean, even the brain connection thing is pre-Singularity, where any time a neuron fires in any brain can spark any other neural fire in any other brain.
Oh, not necessarily. Well, I guess it depends where you actually call a singularity and stuff. But where you could say before brain interface, that I think that would be that you'd just be say all of the stuff that you've learned, and then you'd be asked to provide jobs based on it, and then maybe post singularity when you've got all the brain mesh. Not sure about that, but let's say before the brain interface. I think I don't know. Well, at least that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, freelance entrepreneurship is the way. Universities are decaying. The idea of jobs are decaying. I mean, everyone's going to be essentially their own entrepreneur, their own corporation with their own skill set. The question is, how do we need an automatic system, like an algorithm that actually works out, here's what your skills are, here's someone that needs them.
Exactly.
The question I asked way back when we first started this was, okay, you have a particular demand for a skill. How do you determine this person has a skill without a qualification?
Yeah.
Then how do you determine that qualification? Like, do you just, if you want a demand for a particular skill, do you just send out a test and say anyone who answers this best gets the job?
That probably wouldn't But yeah, you couldn't
Yeah.
do that. It'd just have to be that, I think based on, well, I'm not sure what based on. It'd just have to be a web because a test can be
Social,
gamed.
I guess social vetting.
Yeah.
You do like an
something
eBay
that.
model, like, you know, only trust the people with the most ratings, but then...
And whoever works this out is going to make trillions.
Yeah.
Anyway, sweet. I think we've covered it pretty well.
Awesome. Cool, guys. Catch you guys next week.
Yeah, this has been Hive 45. I'm Tristan Grace.
I'm Nathan Waters.
Catch you next time. You have a really bad smile then. Yeesh.